Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy. I'd like to welcome you to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. And today's episode is going to be based on this past Friday's Craft Roulette Challenge, not scrap. I want to put scrap in there. The Craft Roulette Challenge number 209. And I'll have a link to that YouTube channel in the episode I'm talking to. If you haven't visited the Craft Roulette channel, you need to go. It's really fun. Where every week they give us some parameters that we need to make a card from, and then we make the card and submit it, and you can win some prizes for doing that, but it's just really fun, and it takes you out of your comfort zone, which it has done to me, and this has been fun and exciting. So today we needed to make a card that was a tri-fold card. It had to be in colors that made you think of a sleigh ride. And when I think of a sleigh ride, I'm thinking of cold. So winter, white, silver, blue, things that make me think of coldness. And it had to have some sort of funny or joke to it. And there has to be some element in it that is out of proportion. So let's get started. I can move some of this stuff away. We're going to be doing a lot of stamping today and some coloring. But I want to start with my idea for the trifold card. I have two 5x7 card bases. These are 10 inches by 7 inches. I creased it at the 5-inch mark, folded it over with my bone folder, and I made two of those. And I'm going to start by putting two of those together to make a trifold card, kind of like a brochure that you get. So that's what I'm going to do. And we'll start with that so that this can be glued down by the time we're ready for the two pieces of card. All right, and I'm just going to stack these two together, get them lined up as best I can. And then we're just going to set that aside. And I have lost my, oh no, there's my acrylic stamping platform. I'm just going to set this off to the side on top of that card. And then I'm using two blue. This reminds me of the burr, the shivering, and the cold, because if you don't get warm, you're going to turn blue. These measure 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and you need two of those. Oh, that's just a piece of scratch paper. I don't really need that. And then two pieces of white that are going to go on top of these of the blue. This measures 4.5 by 6.5. But I want to cut these. I want to give them an angled cut so that they have a little bit of that showing. So I'm going to measure down, let's see, I'm going to go down 2 1/4 inches, and I'm just going to make a little mark here and then go in 2 1/4 inches from the top and make a little mark here. And I'm going to do that on this piece, but on the opposite side. So 2 1/4 inches, going to make a mark here, and 2 1/4 inches, make a mark here. I could have done them on the same side since they're both white paper, but if you had a patterned cardstock that you only wanted to use the one side, then you would do it like I did it on the opposite sides. Then you just get out your paper trimmer, make sure your little dot that you put on line up in the center of where your cutting is, and then just trim that off. And then I will do the same for this piece. And the same for that piece. So now I have two pieces that are going in opposite directions. One will go on one, and one will go on the other. Now on, which one do I want to use? On this one, I picked out a bunch of my cat rubber stamps. The only silly or comical things I could think of were some of my cats. And I found this saying, I don't remember where I got this, but lead me not into temptation. Oh, who am I kidding? Follow me, I know a shortcut. So I'm going to use that stamp. And where is that one? Okay. Ah, right here we are. Whoops. Just knocked something on the floor. And then I want to use, what I did is I stamped my stamps on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and then stuck them to a piece of acetate. These are really old, as you can tell. I got them at a rubber stamp convention. I want to use this cat. And I have used this cat quite a lot. As you can see, he had some stays on ink permanently. I want to use that cat and then this cat. And here that one is. And I think I pulled off a sentiment already. I thought I did. Let me see. Ah, yeah, here we go. This one just says, wishing you a perfect day. That's this one. I want to use that saying. And then I'm going to use this big fat cat. And I don't know where this one came from either. I really wanted to use this saying, cat code number 2. There is a magic door called the bathroom. Humans want this door open at all times and appreciate it being pushed open if they accidentally close it. This is particularly important if company is over, since they need to know where this room is. But I didn't have any images of a bathroom or a door that I wanted to use. So I'm just going to use the fat cat. And these are falling off this. So on the front panel, I want to use this big cat because it's out of proportion. And I'm going to put happy birthday on it. And it's going to be out of proportion to the happy birthday too. But before I put this down, I have some washi tape. I haven't quite decided which one I want to use yet. I think I'll use this one that's white. And I'm just going to put a strip across here. And then I'll fold that over when I'm done. I'm going to do the same on the other piece of paper. That just adds a little bit of the silverness. Okay, and I'm going to put this cat about here. Okay, and what did I do with my ink pad? Oh, there it is. Things are going a little bit better today. I should knock on wood real quick here before we start this card making process. I have not attempted to make this card, so we're doing it from scratch. And it's a beautiful day outside. It was 48 degrees, but the sun was shining and I was able to get out in the garden, and I have all my onions planted. And the garlic that I planted last November, that is coming up beautifully. My blueberries are blooming. My blackberries are blooming. It's just a beautiful day. Okay. And that's, I want to put this wishing you a perfect day. I think I'll put that right here below the cat. So get this off. I need to clean this a little bit. I didn't put the 2 stamps down because this one's a fat rubber stamp with a foam backing, and this is a smaller polymer stamp, and they would not have worked together. And I'm just using the VersaFine Clear because I am going to color these with alcohol inks. And wishing you a perfect day, and that came out perfect. Well, I got some wonderful pictures of my great nephew today. He just graduated from the Navy basic training in, I think it was Great Lakes. Anyways, he's in Illinois, and they just sent him to Mississippi for some further training. And then he goes to San Diego. But I'm so proud of him. And I got some pictures of him, and he looks really cool in his uniform. And I'm just going to fold this down. This helps guarantee the washi tape will stay down a little bit better. sometimes when it gets older, it pops up. Now, I'm going to stick in this other piece. And for these, I want to put, get some of this fuzz off here. That cat going here, this cat going here. And I want to put this saying in about here, but it's a bigger stamp too. So we'll do the kitties first. And I have my waffle flower grip mat inside this Misty. I love these things. If they would have been invented years ago when I first started stamping, I'd be overflowing in stamps right now, because I tried stamping with the blocks and I never had much success. I made a mess, and then you couldn't be guaranteed to double stamp down in the same spot. This I love. And we're just going to set these off to the side so I don't lose them. Now I'm going to put this saying right here. And I'm not going to check to see whether this is straight or not, because it would be okay with me if it was a little cattywampus. All right, cool. Need to add some more water to my bottle there. No, Kenneth, you can't come in right now. Mama's taping. I'll let you in a minute. Now I'm going to put the washi tape on here before I pick it up. Just get that on the edge. Yeah. Try that again. There we go. Fold that over. Fold that over. Now clean some. I got some ink on my grip mat, and it comes right up with water. I just love this. I've made 3 great purchases this past year. The waffle flower grip mats, my Anna Griffin Empress die cutting machine, and my Ohuhu alcohol markers. Now, let's start coloring, and I am going to put down a piece of scratch paper. The coloring should go fairly quick on these. I'm not going to do anything outrageous with it. I do want to, okay, let's see. I've picked this. Oh, hold on just a moment. My cat. I'm going to let him in. 2 of the souls in here. Both Kenneth and David decided to come down. I'm going to use blue grays for the yarn. And I'm using MG060 blue gray and MG069, also called blue gray. But this will just give a little bit of shading. So I'm going to start with what I hope is a lighter color. That's why I had that scratch paper. Wanted to test my colors. Which one's lighter and which one's darker. Okay, that's the darker one. So you could do your yarn in any color you want. But I thought this blue would go nicely with the paper I chose. You might hear my one cat. When David comes down to the basement, he usually meows the whole time he's here. Whereas Kenneth will find a spot to lay down and get comfy. And Pumpkin didn't come down with him, so I wouldn't be surprised if before long I have another knocking on the door to be let in. My 4th cat, Miss Bridget, she never comes down. I call her my upstairs kitty. And I'm going to color these cats the same colors. All my cats are going to be the same color. I'm sticking with grays so that we go with the theme of the blue and the gray. And I'm just going to add some shading here. Where there might be some shadows along his body. And I'm trying to work on my coloring skills, and I'm just going to put a little bit down here. And we'll go, I think, across here. All right. Okay. Now, on this one, I'm going to color the flower in this light blue. And feel free to skip ahead through my coloring. This shouldn't take a long time, but I have yet to master the fast forward of the videos without speeding up the whole video. It's probably a software that I need to buy, but at this point, that's not scheduled in the budget. And then I'm just going to take a little of the darker color, do the center, and just follow some of these outlines to give it a little shading. Okay, now for the cat, I'm going to do the ears in this V789 Lt Peach. He doesn't have too many ears on this one, but we're going to get his nose and his paw pads. This is the first time I've used this particular stamp. As I said, I have the kid in the candy store syndrome. If I see something I like, I grab it, but then it often sits on the shelf. So that's kind of why I started this YouTube channel, to get my stuff out and start playing, and maybe to encourage somebody else to do the same. There's no, yes, Kenneth, that's what Mama said. There's no point in getting this stuff if you're not going to use it. But the downside is I'm also getting more stuff. But that's okay, because I intend to use it all. All right. I haven't decided. I might do a green for his eye, but we'll see. And do some on these ears and their little nose. Okay. And now for the cat itself, I can't remember which colors. Oh, okay, BG 038 Cool Gray is going to be the color of the cats, and YG 010 Yellow Gray is for the accents. And I probably should be using the finer tip to go around the ears and such. This is a very light gray, so that the cats could be like an off-white. Now I can use the bigger end, I believe. Yes, David. No, honey, you can't go out right now. Give Mama a few minutes, okay? Yeah, as I said, my David comes down and he just starts talking. Get this one. David, hold on a moment, please. Would you like to say hi to the people out in YouTube land? No, now you go silent. David and Kenneth are actual siblings. I got them from the Humane Society. When I got there, they were the only two left from their litter that had been 8 cats. And I'm fortunate that there were only the 2 of them left, because I don't break up families. Just a minute, David. I'll be over. Let Mama finish this kitty, and then I will be over to let you back out. Okay, gonna put you on pause just a second again. Okay, the cats are back out. Now, I was just gonna add a little bit of shading here, and we'll see how this goes. I'm not the greatest at it yet. I'm gonna make their paws a little darker. Tips of their ears, maybe a little bit on their tail. That looks good on that cat. I'm trying to expand my repertoire. Not always the greatest job. But it's fun trying new things, trying to grow. Let's see. Maybe it'll come in from the sides a little bit. Okay, now this one's colored. Let's do this cat. We're going to go with the light colors again. Yes, I did grab the right. It was looking a little darker, but I think it's because it's a larger area to color. Pumpkin, I'm sorry. No, nobody's coming in right now. Please go upstairs with your brothers. Now, Pumpkin was a stray. I had been feeding him on my porch. I have a box of a heated house for the winter time, and I put food out for any stray cat that might be hungry and need some food. And he'd been on my porch, about a year and a half ago. He came in October when he started eating off my porch. He'd come at night. And then in December of the past year, so 2022, excuse me, I opened the door one day to go out and put some food out because I didn't think they had any outside. And that little cat ran with all of his might into my house and chose the back room. So I thought, oh no, because I didn't know, is he litter box trained? Is he healthy? Did he belong to anyone? So he came in. I went around the neighborhood. He didn't belong to anyone. I took him to a vet and had him checked for a chip. He wasn't chipped. I put up some flyers. Nobody claimed him. Turns out this cat is so lovable. He knew how to use the litter box. He went right to it instantly. I took him to the vet. He had been fixed. He had also been front declawed. So I don't know how he was managing to survive outside. Vet also told me he was perfectly healthy and had no signs of no fleas, no parasites, no nothing. And they figured he was about 5 years old. Though I think the age was a little wrong on that. He seemed more like a 2-year-old to me. But he's lived with me now a year and a half. And he's just been a little lovely. He's a long-haired ginger. And such a loving little boy he is. Didn't fit in too nicely with the other cats at first. Especially my littlest one, which is Bridget. Let's see, Kenneth and David are going to be 12 years old. Bridget is 11 and a half. And even though he was fixed, he had a craving for Miss Bridget and would just chase her mercilessly. But he's doing better in that aspect, and she's actually tolerating him now. Though I don't think they're ever going to be buds. Now, Kenneth and Pumpkin get along beautifully. David, not so much. But it's a great family of cats. Definitely no more. I still feed the strays on the front porch. I have a black and white long-haired one out there. I've kind of nicknamed him Patches. I give him names so I know who's coming back and who's not. And Patches has been feeding from my porch about 6 months now. But he is a major stray and almost feral. Now I'm going to do green here. I have G554 bronze green and G364 seedling green. And let's see which one's which color here. This is a darker color, so I'm going to just do some highlights and then do this grass down here. And then outside there's also a tiger cat, but he is a white and orange tiger. I call him George. And then there's a little itty bitty teeny tiny tiger cat, which seems to be like an adult female. But I called it Leo. So George and Leo. And then I have Opie the opossum, who comes up and eats out of the cat dish. I've managed to save a couple, found good homes for them. But we have so many strays in our neighborhood, it's sad. Okay, that's it for the coloring. Oh, I do want to do his green ears. What color do I want to do the green? Or not green ears, I want to give him some green eyes. I think that would look kind of cool. There we go. Okay, now we can put these pieces together. And I want to stamp on the blue piece. We're almost done with this card. I don't know if you can hear the cat at the door or not, but he's going to have to stay there. I'm just going to set that down while I put on the other piece. That's Pumpkin. He is my most vociferous cat. That's the one that came running in and decided that he was going to make his home with me. Which at the time I already had 3 cats and I didn't really want a 4th one, but that's the way it worked out. Now, I'm going to get out my stamping platform again because on here I want to put a happy birthday. But I haven't really decided. I've got a couple of happy birthdays. Or I did have a couple of happy birthdays picked out. Okay, where is that other happy birthday? Not here. And not here. Okay, let me get another birthday. I'm going to put you on pause again. Oh my goodness. Okay, I couldn't find the happy birthday I had really wanted. It was a long sentiment. So I've got a couple of different ones here. I've got this happy birthday, which I could either put up here or here. I'm kind of thinking there. And that one was from Joanne Fabrics, the Hero Arts. And then I have this smaller happy birthday, which could go there or here. I'm not liking that one as much. And that one was from Divinity Designs, the March birthday flower of the month. And then I have this elegant one, which I think I like this one. This is from a magazine I got last month, and I did a video showing that. This is a Splendid Sentimentally Yours. Yeah, Sentimentally Yours, as seen on Facebook. All right, so let's see. I think I want to put that up here. Just there. Okay, let's put that there. And I got some smush or something on here. I thought I had everything off my fingers, but I guess I didn't. Well, hopefully that's just some water here. Let's put this on. If not, I'll have to get out my white gel pen and cover it up. Now let's see how this one stamps. And do that one more time. Yes, that's better. All right, clean that off. That's one thing. I'm going to a rubber stamp convention at the end of this month in Akron, Ohio. It's Adventures in Stamping. And that's one thing I have on my list to find are some bigger happy birthday stamps. I have a couple of die cuts, but I didn't want to do a die cut. I just wanted to go with the stamp. Now, let's see. I think this is water. Better put the lid back on my ink before I think that's water, but let's see. Well, all right, let's try a white gel pen here, if I can get it to work. Right now that's wet, but that'll be covered up. Okay, now we can put this card together. I want to put this one on the front. I like leaving the inside of my cards blank so that you can, at the appropriate time, write a message that fits the occasion. That'll be on the outside. I'm going to have to cover that up. That didn't work very well. So bling it is. And then this one will go here. Okay. Yes, I hear you, pumpkin. Now, I have some plain, and then I have these, I think my sister-in-law told me she got these from Temu. Yeah, got me. But these are really like diamond-esque. Well, let's get my pickup tool here. Maybe a bigger one up there. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to put them. It covers up the smudge that I did somehow. Yes, pumpkin. No, you can't come up here, sweetie. Not right now. Use the right end of the pencil. This is close to my heart. I call it a wax pencil, but they call it their pickup tool. And they're going to be at the convention that I'm going to be at. So I'm going to pick up, I plan on picking up several more of these because I just love it. Well, there's my card for today. Let's see if it meets all the parameters for the Craft Roulette Challenge. A trifold card. Done. It had to be in a sleigh ride color. And as I said, I think of blues, silvers, and white. for sleigh rides. It had to have some humor, and I did that with the saying, lead me not into temptation. Oh, who am I kidding? Follow me, I know a shortcut. And then it had to have something out of proportion. And well, let me tell you, this cat is definitely out of proportion to the other two cats, this flower, and the smaller happy birthday saying. That's it. Thank you. I hope you had a great time. And I urge you to check out Craft Roulette. It is an amazing YouTube show that's on every Friday night. You'll love it. Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to have a video tomorrow about crafting. Tomorrow is the solar eclipse, and my town is in the path of totality, so I might do, if we're not cloudy and rainy, try a video showing the eclipse. But we'll see. Thank you. Have a great day.